there, and welcome. Tonight, we're going to take a soft, soothing journey into the world of forgotten children's books. Tales once treasured, now barely remembered. Stories tucked into dusty corners of libraries, or locked in the memories of quiet nights and old bedrooms. You don't need to search for them. I'll do the remembering for you. All you have to do is listen. Let's begin. Our first book is not exactly lost, but it's a memory all the same. It's called The Mysteries of Harris Burdick, published in 1984. This picture book is a collection of strange, enchanting illustrations, each one paired with a single line of text. Just one line. No story, no explanation. Just an image and a whisper of a plot. One shows a girl asleep in bed with an open book as vines grow from the book and slowly overtake the room. The caption reads, "He had warned her about the book. Now it was too late." And that's it. Readers were invited to imagine the rest, to fill in the blanks. Some say the author vanished. Some say the stories were stolen. Some say the book was a doorway to something else. But all I know is that it makes for the most delicious kind of bedtime wondering. Next, we drift into the late 80s, a sweet little paperback series called Pen Pals. It was set in an all-girls boarding school where the students were assigned pen pals from a nearby boys' school. Each book was written in the form of letters, funny, awkward, sometimes flirty, and oh, so very 80s. They had titles like Yours Till Forever and Right Back Soon. But they didn't last long, maybe 10 or 12 short books. Then they just stopped. Hard to find now. Harder to forget if you ever read them. Soft plaid skirts, bubble-lettered notes, friendship, first crushes, and lots of drama, like a time capsule pressed between pastel-colored pages. Now, here's something special. A whisper of a memory. Teddy Ruxpin, the animatronic bear who read stories aloud from cassette tapes. But there are rumors of tapes that never made it into the official catalog. Tapes sold only by mail order or aired once in rare promotions. Stories of airships, underground cities, lost crystals. Some collectors claim they remember them. Others say they were regional releases. No one can find the full list, not even the company that made them. But if you ever had Teddy read to you, you know the sound. His little motor whirring, his voice so gentle and calm, just like we're doing now. This next one is not a book, and it might not be real, or maybe it is. Some viewers recall a single episode of a PBS short called Julie and the Tooth Fairies. Claymation, or perhaps puppetry. a little girl who could see the fairies when she lost a tooth. They say it had soft music, a lullaby, maybe a lesson about growing up. But no one has found it. No footage, no credits, just memories. Maybe it was a dream, or maybe it's waiting somewhere on an old VHS in someone's attic, just waiting to be found again. Our next forgotten treasure is a gentle summer story from long ago, The Amazing Vacation by Dan Wickenden. It tells of a brother and sister who spend the summer in the countryside, where the woods seem just a little more magical and the grown-ups don't quite explain everything. There are secret maps, mysterious caves, a touch of fantasy, but nothing too frightening, just the kind of book you might have found in the corner of your school library under a sunbeam next to a snoozing cat. Out of print for decades, but not forgotten in the hearts of quiet readers. Do you remember this one? The Treasure Tree, a brightly illustrated picture book from 1988. It was meant to teach children about personality types through the story of 4 animal friends: a lion, an otter, a golden retriever, and a beaver. Each one had their strengths. Each one helped solve a challenge by being exactly who they were. It's soft, moral, and full of warmth. A book read at Sunday schools or at bedtime by a parent's soft voice. Many remember it vaguely, but it's become surprisingly rare. Copies are cherished and passed down like a treasure themselves. Our next entry comes from the beloved Serendipity book series, but it's one of the least remembered titles. The Gnome from Nome tells of a small, furry gnome from the icy lands of Alaska who goes on a journey to find a warm heart. The art is delicate, the message is soft. It's about kindness and inner warmth in a cold, wide world. These books were once everywhere, on carousel racks in bookstores, near plush dragons and sticker books. But this one has faded from memory, like snow melting in the spring. Our next book features Professor Wormbog. With his long scarf and his telescope, he was on a quest to find one last creature, the elusive Zipperumpazoo. The book is filled with invented animals, each sillier than the last. The frumious Bandersnatch has nothing on these. The illustrations are busy, colorful, full of secrets in the corners, perfect for staring at under the covers with a flashlight you weren't supposed to be using. And now it's out of print. The name is hard to spell and easy to forget. But if you do remember it, you're probably smiling right now. Our next book was small and about something equally small. A boy finds a matchbox, and inside, he claims, is a secret. He tries to show his family, but every time they look, there's nothing there. The illustrations are a little scratchy, full of motion and mischief. The story is short, but memorable. about imagination, about not needing proof for what you feel is real. Published by Anderson Press in the UK, it quietly vanished from shelves, but those who read it remember the feeling of keeping something magical tucked away in your pocket. And last, we have something a little bit spooky, but just a little. Tales for the Midnight Hour was a collection of eerie short stories for kids, not terrifying, just tingly. It had stories about haunted dolls, school bathrooms with secrets, and shadows that moved when you weren't looking. The cover was black. The pages were short. The stories perfect for sleepovers and rainy days. Before Goosebumps, before Are You Afraid of the Dark, there was Tales for the Midnight Hour. Many have forgotten it, but if you find a battered copy at a thrift store, you'll feel the chill of the past brushing your shoulder. These were only a few of the forgotten books that shaped our dreams. Stories with no fanfare, no sequels, no reboots. But they mattered. Maybe you remember one of these, or maybe you just now remembered one you haven't thought about in years. That's the magic of memory and the wonder of stories. Thank you for letting me read to you tonight. Sleep well, and may your dreams be filled with stories worth remembering.